Yeah, if you guys are going to turn things, they have to be packed up extremely well, because if they get beat up...
packed up at least as well as they should.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Couple there.
Here. He sent back a set of gears.
Which, look at...
Oh my god.
Did you see that, well, the Instagram this morning, the guy saying their spree pipe didn't fit? That's why I'm making this.
Oh yeah, the 4 bolts, that it's really complicated. You have to know the Pythagorean theorem.
If you can't take your exhaust pipe off your bike, and you're struggling with taking your exhaust pipe off, then I suggest you throw your tools in the garbage can. Like on this type, it's slotted case. See how much play you guys have in this header. So a few little fun things here. We got just made replacement seat hinges for pre-bug.
Bluetooth nut. You don't have to bolt it on or anything. You can just... Okay.
Paul, where are we going?
Store.
What are we gonna buy?
Caffeine.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, let's see how this return sounds. Roll it over. Just roll it over so you can hear everything. Okay, alright. That's good. So this is how we are getting a return.
This is why we're not doing returns anymore.
This is just getting really hard because the customer, did he just order the wrong one, right?
He said, yes, I ordered. Well, we'll look, but yeah, I'm pretty sure he ordered
That's right, he ordered vertical, needed horizontal or something. So
I think that's the case, yes.
Which is, people make mistakes, not a big deal, but I'm guessing all the hardware is just floating around inside of here. So if you guys are going to return things...
We can show them how the pipes come packaged from Blvd.
Yeah, if you guys are going to turn things, they have to be packed up extremely well, because if they get beat up...
packed up at least as well as they should.
Yeah, if they come back to us and the things are beat up, then now we have a product that we can't really refund on, because we have to sell it for probably our raw costs just to break even.
It's just going to go on Paul's bike.
Yeah. It's a 4 race.
Oh, it's a 4 race. Okay. So these come in this cardboard tube to protect the silencer. Looks, is it bent? Looks bent.
Scratches on the... Yeah.
Yeah.
Couple there.
Here. He sent back a set of gears.
Which, look at...
Oh my god.
Okay. So, guys, this doesn't work, okay? So now what we have to do with this product is call the customer and see, the odds that everything's in this box are extremely slim. So we're going to have to sell this exhaust for a extremely reduced price.
It's probably going to go on Paul's bike realistically.
Well, I mean, look at this. How do we know all this stuff is here? So now we have to spend the time to look at the parts diagram, which the instructions are gone.
Yeah.
Yep, so there's no instructions. Those are gone.
Okay. So we figure there's at least... Oh, man.
Like, look at, there's a gap. There's no... Look at, those washers are... See? They're just going to come right out the side. So the odds of everything here are extremely slim. So, you guys, if you're going to send stuff back, you can't send it back like this, because now we have to be the bad guys and tell you, hey, we can't give you full refund on this pipe, because now we have this... Yeah. Because we have to package this all up, verify it's all there. So what happens if these are gone, 2 of these are gone, or 1 bracket's gone? Like, we have to order it from Polini, which is going to take 2 weeks to get. So, guys, get out of that. Stop doing this. If you're going to send stuff back, you have to send it back properly, or what's going to happen is we're just going to quit accepting returns, because this is the problem we're going to deal with.
Parts back, and I'm just going to keep them from... I'm just going to go home with me.
Yeah.
Then we're going to be... What part came back?
No, not really, though. But we want to be able to return stuff for you guys, but it's getting harder and harder when we're getting stuff back like this. So have respect for the parts. Understand, you would not want to receive parts like this. So we don't want to receive parts like this either, because now we're left with a mess. We have to spend... Probably it's going to take one person a half an hour just to go through this.
Missing a spring. These have 2 springs. Oh, no. I don't...
That one's got 1.
This one has...
Yeah. That's there. Anyways, we have to go through this whole thing now, because it's a mess.
Oh yeah, the 4 bolts, that it's really complicated. You have to know the Pythagorean theorem and geography.
Did you see that? Well, the Instagram this morning, the guy saying their spree pipe didn't fit. That's why I'm making this. I'm like, well, what happens is they snug it up on the head all the way, and then they're like, I have to try to force it onto the bike.
What I do is I literally I'll just lightly start the 2 bolts at the top so that way it kind of holds it in place. And then I lightly start those 2. Then I'll snug the header. Then I'll snug those 2.
It's very simple, but it's something that apparently
it
needs
is kind
to be
of a
done.
process, though. You can't, like you say, you can't just like wham, smack it onto there, and then it's not gonna really line
That's
up.
what they do, or that's a common thing. So I'm just gonna
Or
show
they just
them.
smack it here, and then they're trying to smack it there.
So this will be, I'll be 5 minutes with this.
Oh,
I'm just told him that he needs to loosen it up. He's like, take these bolts off. I'm like, no.
Did you send him a video?
No, not yet. I literally just set it up here. Yeah, I'm trying to start. So, all right, I'm gonna take a few minutes here to explain how to install an exhaust pipe on a scooter. If you can't take your exhaust pipe off your bike and you're struggling with taking your exhaust pipe off, then I suggest you throw your tools in the garbage can and walk away from your scooter forever.
I should have brought my spree motor so you could have just...
Yeah, here you go. Okay guys, on an exhaust, on your scooter motor, you're gonna have 2 bolts holding your header section. You're gonna have 1 or 2 bolts on the side. That's almost gonna be the case on every bike that you work on. So once you get your old exhaust off, again, I'm trusting you're capable of taking your old exhaust off, hopefully. So you're either gonna have bolts up here, you're gonna have studs. So you start by, depending on the header flange, header type you have, what you're gonna do, like on this type, it's slotted. Okay, see how much play you guys have in this header? So this one, you're gonna slide in, rotate down, falls right into place. So oftentimes what people do is they'll take this header and they'll just stick it up here and then they'll just tighten it up all the way. I'm gonna show you guys. Oftentimes we get a lot of messages, hey, this header doesn't fit, or this pipe doesn't fit, this thing is junk, what's wrong with you guys selling me junk, this doesn't work. Junk. Okay, so they come over here, they'll tighten this thing down like so here. If you get in here and you tighten this all up, okay, again, your scooter's not gonna be on the side. I'm just showing this because it's easier to film. All right, so say you get this all tightened up, snug. And you go, okay, it's sitting out here like this. You go, what the heck, man? You guys' stuff is built wrong. I have to force it and force it and force it. What happens, I've literally seen people bolt the headers and then they take this and they squeeze this together and they've actually busted studs and headers, or the head section, they busted studs or whatever right off the top of the motor because they're forcing this, okay? What you have to do is leave it loose. Again, super simple stuff, very basic, but this will help some people. You wanna take this, leave it loose, okay? So just kind of get it in position. You're gonna take the pipe, check this out, watch this. Boom, okay? You're gonna squeeze a pipe like this, up against the side of the motor. So you basically want to just install everything kind of loose. Get all your bolts in, all your bolts into place. I'm just putting one in here for the time being, but you're going to take these bolts here. You're going to install these loose. These guys are going to be installed loose as well. Once you get everything bolted up and flush, okay, everything is fitting good, no big gaps, then what you're going to do is you're going to go through and you're going to just tighten everything back down. You're going to tighten everything back down and everything will seal up just fine. So again, don't tighten just one section. Don't just like impact one section down and then force another section on. Really simple stuff, really basic stuff. If you have a pipe that's a multi-piece pipe, like if you have a multi-piece pipe like this, that's, okay, you've got a, I don't know whose this is mine. If you have a slip fit up here, and then you've also got some groove adjustments here. What I do with these pipes, same thing, okay? But you do everything loose. This obviously has some play side to side, and then you've got some adjustment here and adjustment here. Take the silencer off, put your chamber on the pipe, roughly just kind of bolt everything in place, and then everything will fall into place, and you just tighten it up. You know, start by tightening here, and just working your way around the pipe. Don't just tighten down one thing, reef it down, and then force something in place. You're gonna break something. These are slotted, these are grooved for a reason, to give you some play. Also, there's gonna be variations on cylinders. For example, okay, when people install big bore kits or even the factory cylinder, sometimes this flange will be a little bit longer or a little bit thicker, a little bit thinner. Also, if I was to loosen these studs up here, I could rotate this cylinder probably 3/16 of an inch from left to the right, okay? What that's gonna do is that since your pipe is essentially 90, it's gonna rotate the pipe this way or rotate it out. So whether Honda installed, you know, Honda doesn't do these things and they're not, I don't think they were installed to exact specifications. The cylinder can be rotated one way, rotated the other, depending on, let's say you got a Chinese replacement cylinder or a Melosi or Polini or whatever. This flange could be a little bit thicker, it could be a little bit shorter. So keep that in mind. There's always variations on your left to right, okay, which is gonna be the same as a Zuma or any cylinder. You've got some variations in play because your studs are narrower than the holes inside your casting on your cylinder. So you've got play left to right, and then you have play this way and that way. So our pipes, like these pipes, and well, these aren't our pipes, but a lot of our pipes like this, Kate, they're put on a steel jig and everything is welded in place. It is impossible for one pipe, say out of 150 that we've sold, to be off. I've never seen a Polini not fit. I've never seen I've never seen I've never seen one pipe out of hundreds be off, because they're all on a jig. They're all exactly the same. They're either all right or they're all wrong. Obviously, if you have like a Scorpion, like a handmade type of thing, that's different. But when you're talking like Yasuni, Polini, Melosi, our pipes, they're all made on a jig and they're all produced to the exact same specification. They're not going to be off at all. This is for instance, this is a laser. This looks like a laser cut bracket. It's shaped to the pipe. It'd be impossible for this thing to be off because they're all put on the jig and they're all welded the same way. I won't say impossible, but very, very, very unlikely. Hopefully that helps you guys. Remember, when it comes to this stuff with these scooters, don't just, if you have a bunch of bolts you're working with, don't just reef one down and work your way through it. Slowly tighten things up, because if you've got a bind or you've got something off, there's a good chance you're gonna end up breaking your cylinder, bending your pipe, or something to that nature if you force anything. So there you go. Now you have it. So a few little fun things here. We got just made replacement seat hinges for pre-bug. So if you guys have pre-bug and have a messed up seat hinge, we got you covered there. Also, if this is something that does not sell, so we do a small batch at first. If it's an item that does not sell, we are not going to bring them back. If you see something that you want that is not very common, buy it, because the odds that we're gonna bring it back, if we only sell, honestly, we need to sell for it to be worth it for us to sell these. We need to sell one a week. Otherwise, it's just not worth the time invested into doing it. So
what we have here is a Bluetooth nut. You don't have to bolt it on or anything. You can just, okay, good to go.
So it's self-tightening, and it's easy to remove the bell then too, right?
Yeah.
Oh no, it's not. So it's a one-way. It's like a one-way nut.
Yeah, it's perfect. So that way you can quickly get back to, you know, getting bitches. And
I like the do the Bluetooth nut again where I hit it on there. No. Okay.
Oh, man.
Maybe it's a one-time use. See, now it works. Paul, where are we going?
Store.
What are we gonna buy?
Caffeine. So I was thinking, would caffeine pills be like healthier than the energy drinks? What if we just bought caffeine pills?
Aren't they called like what are they called? Yellow jackets? Is that what you want?
No.
No? This is Paul's van.
Yeah. It's super sweet.
Wow, it's clean, Paul.
Yeah, I actually did that last night.
Wow.
I vacuumed it out.
It's looking good. Sweet
yeah.
piston.
Oh yeah.
This is the first build Paul did.
No, it's not.
Here.
You know who built that bike?
Wasn't that a... Well, he held it wide open throttle downhill, so...
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna buy a bunch of energy drinks, right? How many are we gonna buy?
I don't know. All of them.
All of them?
All of them. It's a pretty good deal they got right now.
We got down here.
Anyway.
Every time we get in your car, I'm gonna go through it.
Alright. Oh, limiter. I got that from Amanda at Icon.
Oh, you did?
I got Icon stickers.
What else you got here? Anything good? No.
Not really.
I was gonna see if
Show
Paul
me
has.
alignment.
I don't want to see your alignment.
Oh, we got this.
Paul has.
There's Chick-fil-A sauce in there.
You have
I got that.
You have
Where'd I get
Chick-fil-A
that?
sauce in here?
Hell
Paul
yeah.
keeps important things here.
So those aren't
He's got Chick-fil-A sauce.
Those aren't actually mine. Those are Willie's.
You don't have Chick-fil-A. Oh, you do.
I do. Probably need that.
And he's got a friend left some. He's in here. Some books in here. You got a straw. DQ slip. Did you pass?
What?
DQ?
Yeah. Sure did.
Yep. He passed. My car doesn't even pass DQ. So.
Wait, the Cadillac did?
My Mercedes.